If at some point you purchased one of Rev-A-Shelf's really nice roll-out waste bins, it's called a 4WCSC, which has a soft close feature like this one. In fact, this is the 4WCSC. It's a 1535 with a single basket. It does not have push to open, so you have to have a handle on your door, and then it does have a really nice soft close feature. But let's say that you now wish you had push to open. Is there a solution? Well, there's two. One of them is you can buy the servo drive unit, which is pictured right here. That's one way. And then I have that already demonstrate how to do that in a different video. But there's a less expensive way to get the push to open feature on your rollout waste bin, and that's with this device from Rev-A-Shelf. It's a 4WC TO kit. And in my case, because this unit is 12 inches wide, I would purchase the TOKIT12. Or maybe you have the 15 or the 18. Then you just buy the push to open device that applies. Let me show you how to install this. It's pretty easy. First thing you have to do is remove the waste bin from the cabinet. That's not too hard to do. Pull the thing open, and there's two triggers under here. Pull it out. And you've released the waste bin. There. Now you just have your rollers, like this. Inside that box, you have two mechanical push-to-open devices. In addition to that, there are two triggers to activate those mechanical devices and a linkage rod. Now this linkage rod is different for, this is the linkage rod they use for the 12-inch. There's a different one for the 15 and a different one for the 18. So let's get right up close and look at how I suggest you do this. You could take this unit out to install it, but you shouldn't have to. You just leave it in your cabinet and you should be able to install it. I'll show you. First, we're going to install the triggers. You can see they're marked right, and they're also marked left. And we'll install them on the slide. So we can pull the slide out all the way, and then if you look at that, there's a little tab right there. That tab goes on under the slide. So you'll have a floor in your cabinet. You put it in here, and you can glide it along the back, and you'll find a place where it slips in to the slide. See that? It's just a little notch there. And it goes in, then push backwards like this. I'm going to do that again. You hold it here. You slide along the edge up against the slide, and then it'll find that place. Swing the thing in and lock it. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The one for the left. Again, we're paying close attention to that little thing right there. This is the one for the left. Pull the slide out, and you have a floor in the cabinet, so you've got to kind of go. It's going to slide along. There it is. It's in. Then turn it. Click it into place. Now your triggers are installed. Next step, installing the mechanical device. Installing the mechanical tip-on device can be a bit more of a challenge. You need to pull your Movento runner out all the way. On your Movento runner, there's an arrow here and another one here. And I've got tape on them because they're real hard to see on the video. And then on the mechanical tip-on device, Bloom uses the expression tip-on for all of their mechanical devices that give you the push-to-open feature. Besides the arrows here, which I have highlighted with green tape, there's also an arrow here on the mechanical device. In order to attach this, you have to set it in a little track down at the bottom like that, and then tip it up a little bit. And now you're lined up. This arrow is lined up with this arrow. Now you slide it backwards. You follow the direction of that arrow and slide her backwards and keep going until you hear an audible click. There. Sure you heard that. This is the left side. Now we're going to use the same procedure to attach the mechanical device on the right side. Get it lined up in the track, and then we push this arrow backwards till it lines up with that one, or until we hear an audible click. So let's give her a slide, and it's in. One more tip before we take this screen away. See this orange wheel? Well, in the box, when you get this tip-on device, it says no adjustments are necessary. But if you do have a problem, you can move your drawer front, the front of your drawer box out by turning your dial this way. Or you can move it the other way by turning the dial this way. It's unlikely you should have to do that, but it is a feature that's built into this tip-on device. Now both devices are installed, so we can slide them back into the cabinet. Now we have our cabinet spun around so we can see these slides, the Movento slides moving. Here are the mechanical devices, like that. There is supplied with the Movento push-to-open device a little linkage rod. This one is for the 12-inch wide units. It's just a little piece of plastic. There's one for the 15-inch and the one for the 18-inch. They're a little different. So let's click this into place. We're going to get up close so you can see what's doing. A little closer. Now what you're looking at is here. And we'll zoom closer. And we're still looking right here. This is where the linkage rod goes, right in between these two. But here's what happens. This is a thing you could run into. If you monkey with this and you force it shut, this device is flipped so you can't put the linkage rod in. This one's fine. And if I force that shut, same thing will happen. Now you can't get at it. So what you have to do is push it back in and release it until those things are sitting wide open. Now Rev-A-Shelf and Bloom have been really clever how they did this. The linkage rod that they provide is exactly the correct length for this application. This is the 12-inch application. So we're just going to snap it into place. There. Both ends of the linkage rod are attached. That's really all there is to it. Let's put the basket back in. Now we're going to put our basket in. You heard it lock into the mechanical push-to-open device, and it also locked into the runner. Now we have a soft close and a push-to-open. Pretty nice. That's all there is to it, to put on a mechanical push-to-open device on your Rev-A-Shelf 4WCSC waste rollout. Well, I hope you got something out of this video. If you liked it, do this. Share it with your friends if you have any. And subscribe. I'm 80 years old. I'm over 80. I told my daughter that because I'm old like this, that my circle of friends, as they get older, are dying off. And she said, "You ain't got enough friends to make a circle." I didn't think that was very nice.